worried about my... What the hell?
Yo, who you hosing,
What are
dude?
you
This
doing?
homeless man won't leave, so I'm spraying him with dirty brown water.
Sorry to stop. Sometimes taking a look at yourself in the mirror is really difficult. I mean, of course, it's always difficult for me because when I look in the mirror, I see this. For you guys who, don't look like old giant-headed mutants, looking in the mirror is metaphorical, but really, really important. Now, before we tackle this whole topic, which is, I believe, something really, really important to learn in life, to learn about life, let me tell you again, I don't claim to have any type of of next level knowledge. I'm not educated in psychology or relationships or anything like that. Anything I pass along is just stuff that I've managed to somehow live a rather long time, and it's just stuff I've learned the hard way. And if it's something I can share with you guys and might save you maybe from taking some of those hard lessons, then I'll put it out there. Hopefully it works for some of you. If not, at least you don't have to have this face, as I said. In my many years, I've discovered that a lot of your personal relationships in life can become a lot smoother, a lot easier when you're just willing to honestly and meticulously look at yourself. See, when you're at odds with someone, you're having an argument, obviously you tend to believe that what you are saying, what you're feeling is right and just and the correct answer. The problem is, a lot of times, most of the time, we do that without really breaking things down and examining them. Because it's just something that, this is what we feel, this is what we think. I don't need to spend a lot of time looking at other options or looking at it from a different direction. And you don't do that on purpose. It's just subconsciously the way we seem to operate. I liken it to preparing for a debate. Going into a debate, you have to really know your subject matter. You have to know your own thoughts, feelings, concerns, every angle about the position you're taking. But it's equally as important to understand every angle, every thought, every feeling that the opponent might be having. Because if you don't do that, you don't look into it and see where they might find fault in what you're thinking. If you're not willing to look at things from their angle, you won't have anything of a decent defense because you won't be looking to see where you might be wrong. And if you don't look at it from every angle, you're going to lose. In other words, you have to try and put yourself in their position and completely figure out why they think and feel the way they do. Even if you don't agree with it, you need to figure out why they think what they think. Unfortunately, we don't typically extend that same process into dealings with personal relationships. And sadly, we don't invest a lot into that process when dealing with interactions with people who we love and are really important to us. When you're at odds with someone, the least you can do, especially when it's someone, that you really care about and have feelings for, the least you can do is look at things from every angle before just digging your heels in and saying, I'm right, you're wrong, that's the end of it. I don't want to hear any more to that. This took me a long time to learn. For me, it certainly didn't happen overnight. I began making an effort to break down my thoughts and feelings and just try and ensure that I wasn't missing something or I wasn't being entirely unreasonable. However, it's a process that comes in segments. I thought I was being honest with myself, but initially I was just really scratching the surface of taking a deeper look at myself and the things that I think, believe, and espouse. I would admit to myself that maybe, just maybe, something I said wasn't 100% accurate in all situations, or maybe, just maybe, I didn't look at it from every angle. And when you do, there might be, it might not be as black and white, as cut and dried as I thought. Maybe, just maybe. But as time went on, I realized I would just find these small nuggets here or there, and that would be enough to satisfy me that I was honestly seeing things from both sides. And guess what? It turns out I was still largely correct in my stance. So I was buoying myself up now, feeling the same way, but also feeling that I looked at it carefully and I'm right. The problem is I would find these little nuggets and then be satisfied that that was the end of it. There was no more treasure to be found. I had found the nuggets. There's nothing underneath them. Just take them and be happy that I was willing to go out and hunt them down. I mean, it was a cool way to be able to feel good about myself without really digging deep and maybe finding some stuff that wouldn't make me feel as good. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we're always wrong in what we think and feel, or that there's always some fallacy in what we think and feel. I'm just saying, when I honestly go through and break something down and again, trying to look at it from both sides and every angle and everything, when I come away with that, and it's the majority of the time, when I come away with that with my basic thoughts and feelings still intact, I just feel better about it. I just feel, I feel like I've been fair, and that makes me feel that my point is stronger. However, I will say this: when you do break it all down, even if when I come away with it still thinking, okay, my initial stance was pretty spot on, it does put some chinks in the armor, and they're good chinks because they're the type of thing that allow you to look at things a little bit differently, even though you still come to the same conclusion. But also, most times I just come away with a better feeling, a better understanding of how someone else feels or what they think. I guess it's just a case of, even if I haven't been convinced to take a different perspective, I still have my own perspective or whatever. It still gets you to a point where I can honestly say, okay, well, I still think X and Y, but you do make a solid point with Z. And when you feel that way, it makes, I don't know, there's just more of a coming together with someone when you're honest about how you're feeling, honest about caring about how they feel, and finding out that, there is nuance to everything. So for whatever it's worth, my life lesson has been that when dealing with people who mean something to you, the least you can do is break it down like you're entering into an important debate, in seventh grade or something. And and back then, when we took our studies seriously, no, I never took my study seriously, but back then, when you really wanted to win a debate, you're going to be up in front of everybody and you want to make the solid points. To do that, you had to look at things from every angle. You had to think about what the other side's thinking, what they're feeling, and how they might find fault in your thoughts and feelings. I mean, the least we can do is extend that same type of courtesy, that same type of consideration when having a little bit of a go-round with people who actually mean something to you. If nothing else, effectively learning to do that, if nothing else, definitely tends to lead to a lot less chance of regret for yourself. So all I'm saying is, don't be afraid to look hard in the mirror at yourself. As a matter of fact, when you're willing to look hard in the mirror at yourself, you come out not just you're a better person for it. I know that sounds empty. It's like, well, I don't want to be a better person. I'm already awesome. No, when you're willing to do that, when you're willing to look hard in the mirror at yourself, you just come away feeling better. Trust me, you genuinely do. And of course, you guys don't have that extra added terror of looking in the mirror and seeing this here.
Fine, we battle, but make it quick. Oh, Ring Ring, you have such a good battle, mate. You killing me so good. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
You kill me so good.
Wow, that was the best battle ever.